What's up, guys? It is Spencer with the Fantasy Fanatics. Nathan, it's already week 6.
And it
It's
is 10 o'clock on the dot. We are on time this week.
it's kind of sad that it's week 6 already.
It is. It's going by
The
very
NFL
fast.
season just flies by.
It really
But,
does.
We will be answering all questions, lineup questions, trade questions, ad drop questions, whatever you would like. I
Hit us up on
posted
Twitter.
I posted on Twitter at about 9:30 and said, ask your questions now. We'll answer them on the live stream. So we'll give people some time to get in here before we answer them.
Alrighty.
I posted on the Twitter just
Did
now
you?
that we are
Yeah, you
live.
tweet out the link.
Yep.
All right.
But
What a
first thing I
steal!
wanted to
Taysom
talk
Hill is $5,100 on DraftKings.
I
What a
think
steal!
I think Taysom Hill will have a huge week. They have no receivers.
Yeah, all their top three. I mean, that's gonna be rough. I could see a huge week for Kamara, Troutman, and Jawan Johnson might get fed.
Yeah, I could just see an awful week for the Saints, just in general.
Wait, I forget who has Taysom in our league. Oh,
This
I
would
remember.
be your week to sell after this week. You know,
I have three stud tight ends.
back-to-back 30-point games. But I will go ahead and start answering some Twitter questions.
Yeah, I'll finish up my DraftKings and then I will hop on as well.
We've been getting a lot of Eno Benjamin questions. This one is PPR, Eno Benjamin, or Jalen Waddle?
You got to go with Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle's really good. I'm more confident with Waddle when Tua's there, but Waddle's
Give me
still.
Skyler.
Skylar Thompson. Chris Horacek says, who would you guys start, Ayuk or MVS half-point PPR? I'm rolling Ayuk. Even though the Chiefs game could be an absolute shootout.
Yeah, that they've got. I think I saw where they've got like the highest over/under
Average.
ever.
Yeah.
Ayuk's probably the safer play. If I'm going for upside, I'd play MVS just because he's a long touchdown waiting to happen.
Yeah, if you're down like 30 points in the projections, going into this week and
But who could they have had that you'd be down 30 points?
Wentz.
Oh, like if they had no, I'm saying if the other team had like Brian Robinson and like Washington defense, maybe.
No, I'm talking like projection. Like if you're projected to lose by like 30 or 40. Like if you had Wentz and Terry like starting on Thursday and they just threw up duds for you.
Yeah, that's true.
You could just throw in MVS, but if it's still a close game, I'm rolling Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk's probably safer.
Stafford or Daniel Jones. Stafford's been bad, but I'm still rolling with Stafford.
So you said Stafford or Dan? Yeah, it's gotta be Stafford.
He's got to turn it around sometime. Speaking of the Rams, what is up with Cam Akers?
What a shit show! That is unreal.
I mean, Darrell Henderson taking over the lead role.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were,
I'm very curious what's going on behind the scenes there, and they're not even playing their rookie. They're rolling with Malcolm Brown, who they just picked up off the streets.
Rappaport tweeted out that it was a football difference that he had disagreements with Sean McVay on how he is used.
Interesting.
I mean, he hasn't looked good. I don't know.
No, he has not looked good.
I don't know if it's the plays they're running for him, but
I'd call it awful.
He looked so good 2 years ago.
Pre Achilles.
Yeah, I just hope the Achilles hasn't ruined him. Victor says Kamara, Breece Hall, Jeff Wilson, pick 2, standard. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
I'm rolling Hall and probably Kamara.
Yeah.
I'm sitting.
I mean, Jeff's been really good. Hall's been on an absolute tear, and Kamara has not much competition for touches, and they're playing.
Yeah, they're
playing Cincy.
Seattle, not Seattle. The Saints, Taysom Hill stole 2 touchdowns last week. Watch Mark Ingram just steal 2 this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very likely – I wouldn't say likely, but either Hill or Ingram stealing something. I mean, then there's the occasional Marquez deep ball they throw. So
Jeremy Jernigan says George Pickens or Alec Pierce, half PPR.
Ooh, I think I would go with Pierce.
Yeah, I like that one.
Pickens is playing against Tampa. Tampa's got a crazy good defense. And Pierce, there's no JT, no Naheem Hines. He's in competition with Pittman for the number one target there out of nowhere. So
He also
they're going to be down.
He also said he could pick up Tyler Boyd if Higgins
I
is
wouldn't play
out.
Boyd. I wouldn't play Boyd.
I'm still rolling Pierce.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Jacksonville? I think Jacksonville's going to steamroll the Colts.
Yeah, I think it will be a low-scoring game. The Jags are just the better team, though. Victor asks again, Deion Jackson or Darrell Henderson? We've been getting a lot of these questions, too. I'm rolling Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, may as well.
I'm
not a fan of the Colts running backs.
Yeah, it could be, either Philip Lindsay or Grant Godwin or Lindsay. Asking for a friend. We'll tell your friend Chris Godwin.
Yeah. I'm playing against Grant. I'll tell him Chris Godwin.
Hey, Grant, I don't think you should be asking Lindsay in that question. You have a choice between Lindsay and Jackson. Just go get Jackson. I mean, it's worth your defense. Your defense stinks anyways. Donald Hogan says, need two of Zeke, Etienne, Romeo Doubs, or Jerry Jeudy. Before I answer this question, have you seen who my starting wide receivers are?
Yeah, yours have been taking a hit. You got Dobbs and Deontay, right?
Yep. So those are my only wide receivers. So if one of those trips
only ones left. You have like 12 and they're all like dying.
So if one of those trip going on to the field today, then I am absolutely screwed because I don't have any more.
And Will's got a sneaky good team. Like people like Tyreek and Gabe who could go crazy.
His running backs are absolutely dreadful though. But Donald says Zeke, Etienne, Doubs, or Jeudy. I'm going the first two, Zeke and Etienne.
Yeah, I think so as well. Not too happy with Zeke, but you probably have to play him, to be honest.
Yep. Big Cheese says need three. Doubs, Rondell Moore, Jeudy, J.K. Dobbins. So we're sitting one.
I'm sitting. Who probably die. Grant said that to somebody the other day. I about lost it.
Can I report that comment?
Oh my god!
I could put user in timeout.
I don't know where Grant found that, but he's been saying that everywhere.
I'm sitting probably Rondell Moore. We're playing J.K. Dobbins, but Romeo Doubs, Rondell Moore, Jeudy. Who are we sitting? I'm probably sitting Rondell. I'm not as huge of a fan as Rondell Moore as some people.
Yeah, I like him as a player, but I mean, and then especially once DeAndre Hopkins comes back, it's gonna be even more competition with him and Hollywood and Zach Ertz, AJ Green. I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed there.
Shout out to AJ Green.
Shout out future Hall of Famer AJ Green.
Hutch says Christian Kirk, DK Metcalf, Gabe Davis, and Eno Benjamin sitting one. I think you probably got to sit Christian Kirk, right?
Read me them again.
Eno, Gabe Davis, DK, Christian Kirk. Sit one. PPR.
I think I'm sitting Eno.
You said Eno?
I think I'm sitting Eno.
I'll say Eno. Even though when Eno goes for 30, I want you to be responsible for that one.
Yeah, I'll take that one on the chin.
Sit one, have PPR. DK Godwin, Mike Williams.
Ooh. No, that is tough. All three of those are very good.
Let's go to our rankings for this one.
Oh, that's going to be tough. I think DK, we had like 14. Mike Williams is probably up there with him. The rankings will probably say Godwin, but I love playing Godwin.
So we're probably sitting Godwin based off our rankings. We have DK at 14, and we have Mike Williams at 13. So we'll say, and we have Godwin at like 6 or 19. Yeah,
none of them are bad options, but let's go based on the rankings. We'll hold true to them.
Jaquez Moret says,
"As Jay,
God, I cannot believe he's asking this. Jalen Hurts or Geno Smith? Obviously, Geno.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Geno's been a stud.
Need three. Doubs, Rondell Moore, Jeudy, J.K. Dobbins. We already answered that.
In all seriousness, Jalen Hurts is going to go crazy against Dallas, I think.
You think so?
I do. I do think so.
Dallas has a pretty good defense.
Ooh,
Are you
this is an
start?
absolute
Are you starting
steal.
ETN, AJ Dillon, or Rondell Moore?
You only have to pick one.
Yep.
Probably go Dillon. They're playing the Jets, and I think it's a get right game for AJ Dillon. He's been really quiet recently.
Yep. This guy sent me his lineup, and those were the three options I was going to roll with at flex.
All right, I think I've got an absolute cash DraftKings.
Have you been setting it this whole time?
Yeah, I've been looking. Dude, there's some absolute steals for prices. Cam Akers is more expensive than Darrell Henderson.
There we go. Zach, they never adjust them like that. I don't understand why. Zach says RB2, Henderson, Dobbins, Mostert, Eno, Benjamin. Probably going to roll with either Mostert or Dobbins.
Not Henderson?
I wouldn't throw Henderson in there.
I think, Mostert's been really good. Dobbins hasn't been good, but is so talented. That's tough. I don't know. I think I'm going
Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert's really taken that RB1 job. And especially with their third string quarterback playing this week, they'll probably lean on Mostert more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good choice.
All right, let me get another one.
All right.
Corey says, with McVay's latest three-headed monster comment, I guess about Henderson, Malcolm Brown, and who's the other one?
Henderson, Malcolm Brown, and
They have a bunch of bums at running backs.
Let me see.
But his question is Henderson or ETN. I'm rolling Henderson.
I saw a tweet about the three-headed monster earlier. I can't remember who it is. I'm looking right now.
Jonathan Haskins says, having to make a start decision in a deep league, DJ Dallas or Philip Lindsay? I am rolling Philip Lindsay. Even though I do think DJ Dallas holds some value. Like, he's a bad player, but Seattle just never makes like a full
I might lean DJ there. Travis Homer is hurt. Rashad Penny's out, so it's going to be Kenny Walker's first game as their lead back, and he has not looked good other than one long run. And I expect Arizona to get up, so I'd probably go DJ Dallas.
You hate Kenneth Walker.
No, I really pull for him. He just hasn't looked too great so far. But, I mean, he was drafted high, so something's got to be there. He looked good at Michigan State. The three-headed monster, I believe the third one is it Ronnie Rivers? Is that who it is?
And they won't even get Kyron Williams the ball.
No, I don't think he's going to be active.
That's insane.
Yeah. You don't even know what you have there.
Yeah. Dark Side Dog says, I'm nervous to start three Eagles at once, starting A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and who should be his third? Goddard, Boyd, Higbee, Everett, or Moore? I'm starting Goddard.
Yeah, I don't see any issue with starting three of them. That offense has been a machine.
I'd say if you don't want to start three, I would start Goddard over Devontae Smith and take Devontae Smith out for somebody like Rondell Moore or somebody like that.
No, I'd still leave them in. That offense is so good. Even though they're playing Dallas's defense, who's looked really good, they've been getting up on teams by like 20 at halftime every single game. So,
yep.
And they're going against the undefeated Cooper Kush.
Jamal says Drake London, Romeo Doubs, Marquez Callaway, and Josh Palmer. I'm rolling Drake London there.
Yeah. He hasn't been too hot recently, but it's got to be. I mean, last week they had no Kyle Pitts, and they refused to get Drake London involved. I think they got to learn their lesson. He's too good to just let him be a spectator.
I'm going to try this again. I am going to try to do my DraftKings on the stream.
All right, I'm gonna get questions while you do that.
Yeah, I think we have one right now. We'll post it here in a minute to get more. Or if
Dustin Cisco asked Deion Jackson or J.K. Dobbins. We gotta go Dobbins there.
Who is it? Who's the other one?
Deion Jackson.
Oh, I thought you said Jalen Jackson. I was like, is there a new player?
All right. Dillon or Etienne and standard. I think we got to go AJ Dillon, even though Etienne's starting to really get a hold.
Yeah, you got to see it before you start ETN. He's passing the eye test, but just
He looks really good.
some weeks they're going to just roll J Rob out there for 70% of snaps. And it's going to be like, this is frustrating.
As long as ETN will hold onto the ball, because he's had some fumbling issues starting out. I think he's going to end up taking that job almost completely. And then he also asked pick 2 in a PPR format between Brees Hall, Ramondre Stevenson, Jeff Wilson, and Miles Sanders. I think you got to go Brees Hall and Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm a big Stevenson fan this week. Like most people are. All right, here's the DraftKings. So is this all the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games?
Yeah.
I don't see any 8 o'clock games.
No, I think it is just 1 and 4. It's like how they did the college football.
Plenty of value with Tom Brady there. Love Tom Brady for 6,300. Wow, Christian McCaffrey is the most expensive player.
I think the Bucs are going to absolutely ram the Steelers, kind of like the Bills did. It's going to get ugly.
Kamara, Ramondre's cheap. Oh, Brees Hall is cheap. I'm just seeing the prices of all these. J.K. Dobbins. What are they doing?
If you keep scrolling, yeah, look at Darrell Henderson.
What are they doing with their pricing?
They got ETN marginally more expensive than Pacheco. What?
Probably rolling Henderson there. I might take the.
All right, got a question from Jonah Kozlowski. In standard, are you playing Higbee or Taysom?
Now with all that news, probably Taysom.
I think we've got to go Taysom.
Yeah, I rank Taysom way low this week. I am not a fan of him, but with all these people being out,
I don't even think that matters. He's been getting way too many rushing opportunities, and he's been throwing the ball. So, at your tight end spot, you would love that upside.
Isaiah McKenzie is going to be a stud today. Huh. They priced the wide receivers better than they did the.
Yeah. After you finish that, we'll compare.
I'm gonna go ahead to my flex. I'm gonna decide on these a little bit later. I want a running back. Jeff Wilson's on the cheaper side.
All right, Jason Beerline is asking PPR: Thielen, Pickens, or Ayuk. Thielen just has not been good this year.
Probably Ayuk.
Yeah. None of them are like great options. Ayuk's probably got the highest floor.
I do not like this lineup at all, but
Eric is asking MVS or Rondell Moore.
Probably Rondell. I'm not a huge fan of Marquez Valdez.
Yeah, they've just been spreading the ball around so much. I love his talent. I think he's a good player. Anthony Ingram is asking, I need 2 RBs and a flex, standard league. Joe Mixon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Eno Benjamin, J-Rob, Jeff Wilson, and Juju. So I think you're definitely sitting Juju. I would go Mixon for sure. Jeff Wilson, and probably Clyde. Did you pick Clyde over J-Rob?
Barely, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's either Clyde, Eno, or J-Rob. I think you got to go Clyde.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
People were like waiting for the regression to come, and now that it happened last week, they're probably like all jumping on the CH is done train. But he's been too good.
He still scores a crap ton of touchdowns. Dude, I do not like my lineup. I might have to make some changes.
We'll compare ours here in a minute. Yes, Romeo Dobbs or Devonta Smith? I think we're going Smith, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's close, though. Jonathan says, oh, wrong one. Jonathan says, woof, I traded high on Taysom last week.
That's a good move.
Trade away or trade for? If you trade it away, that's a W.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Even though he's still going to have those like 20-point weeks. They're going to be few and far between, most likely, but depends on
Nick,
what you got.
pull up yours real quick. I want to see if we have.
My DraftKings.
Yeah, mine's a shit show. Might have to change.
We have. I'm trying to see how many of the same we have. We have.
I might change.
I think we have 2 of the same people. All right.
Henderson and Hall.
3 then. We have Henderson. We both have Hall. We both have Godwin.
Who's your running backs?
Well, I'll just start at the top and go down. My quarterback, I picked Kyler versus Seattle. My running backs, I've got Brees and Ramondre. My receivers, I got Jamar Chase, Chris Godwin, and Alec Pierce. Tight end, I picked Conklin. My flex is Darrell, and defense is the Bucks.
Okay, so we're not too far.
It's a good squad. I love the Bucks defense against Pittsburgh.
I like Jacksonville's defense. Hence the reason I'm trying to trade for him with Grant. I think Grant's what?
Wait, go ahead.
I think Grant's lost his chance to trade for the Indianapolis running backs for not answering me. I took offense.
I took that personally. All right, let's get
All he had to do was be like, hold on. His reasoning yesterday why you didn't trade with me was I need to see their projections first. He's like, they're projected for 0. I was like, Jonathan Taylor's projected for 15.
I was telling them both of them are going to be 1-week rentals, but you do you.
I think he's already taken the L this week.
Stop.
If he rolls with his team, he's starting Matt Breida and Saquon.
But he's got Saquon.
He's starting Matt Breida, though. That's like a legit 0-pointer.
That way he can't get vultured unless they run a tight end sweep.
I think that Matt Breida, I don't think he's their goal line vulture. I think it's Gary Brightwell.
No, stop.
Gary Brightwell did score last week, so
stop that nonsense.
I hope Gary Brightwell scores. I hope he scores. That would be so funny.
Is this like your week? Is that your weekly video you're posting?
Yeah, I was off of it for about 2 weeks and then had to roll with it. Didn't do well.
How to get back on?
Or do I just flex against Will and don't start a defense or a kicker and still beat him?
That'd be amazing.
Hold these 2 cold.
Will would be so mad. He already said if he beats you after you're holding all the running backs, he's going to be letting you hear it. I don't think Will's going to win, but you never know.
I do. I don't have my wide receivers like any of them.
Will doesn't have his running backs.
But Will doesn't have running backs besides Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and he's on a bye.
I think he's lost Cam Akers. Probably Cam Akers, if he goes back to the Rams, doesn't.
What team realistically would trade for Cam? Would you want Buffalo to trade for Cam?
I want McCaffrey.
Well,
Cam
everybody
Akers
wants
just
McCaffrey.
doesn't look good. If Cam Akers, he looks like he's stuck in mud.
Where do you think McCaffrey would go realistically? Or what teams would trade for him? Obviously Buffalo, Kansas City, the Rams. I don't think Tampa would. I think they love Lenny. Where else would a contender? I was gonna say the Packers. But that's disrespectful.
They already have 2. Fuck
That's
off.
disrespectful. CMC's so much better.
Could you imagine have 3 Green Bay running backs?
You probably never see AJ Dillon.
Or AJ Dillon would probably still vulture both of them. I think they would have to include AJ Dillon in the trade.
Yeah, probably. Or Aaron Jones.
Yeah, but I don't think this might be a hot take. McCaffrey's so good. I don't think Aaron Jones is that big of a drop off from McCaffrey. I think Aaron Jones is an absolute maniac. I think Aaron Jones is a top 10 talent running back.
All right, swiftly moving on. Are we starting Cortland Sutton or Adam Thielen? We're starting Sutton. That's not even a question. I can't believe you just said that. He is not far off of McCaffrey. That is nonsense.
He's not.
McCaffrey's a dog.
But McCaffrey does not look great this year.
We got to get the questions flowing.
Watch McCaffrey just not get used today because they're trying to preserve him. I would just
It's just the Chuba Hubbard show.
drafted Anderson in both of my leagues this
Yeah,
season.
that would not be ideal. Not be ideal.
Well, I have A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones in 2 leagues. If he shows up in Green Bay, then I'm really going to lose my mind. There's like no shot he shows up now. So like Green Bay.
I'm trying to think, what other team could use him? Oh, the Cardinals. Cardinals could use him.
I think it's like Kansas City.
Niners.
I think it's Kansas City or Buffalo. If he goes to the Niners, that'd be disgusting.
Yeah, that would be gross.
Jeb Armstrong says Isaiah McKenzie or Deion Jackson in my flex. Let's roll Jackson.
Yeah.
Isaiah McKenzie is a stud, though. He's like a better Tyreek Hill. Something funny?
Yeah. I can't figure out what it is, but something just doesn't add up.
I'm nervous I won't be able to drop Deion Jackson or Philip Lindsay in time.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you?
What if it like loads? I do have Sprint. Like
Why wait so close to the games?
Because I don't want. I would rather lose this week and take Grant and Will down with me than win and give Grant or Will a chance of winning. Their stubbornness is just really pissed me off.
Wait, you would rather win? And
I
give
would rather
Will a-
sabotage. I would rather sabotage Will and Grant. Yes.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You're like the troll's troll.
Yes.
You call everybody a troll. You won't let them come watch games because they're trolls. And then you are like the troll.
I am not a troll. I just don't want them winning because they're stubborn.
What do you mean they're stubborn?
They're
All right.
stubborn. All they had to do was give a defense that they were going to drop.
They're not going to drop. Deep Lavender says Darius Slayton, Rashad White, or Randall Cobb in half PPR.
We're rolling Cobb.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it crazy? I'm really wanting to roll Randy Cobb there.
Oh, Jay
He's actually been all right.
Jay shows up at the right time. Jay,
Yeah,
how
he's
old are you?
won't. Why do you ask this every time he's on here?
Because I think it was funny the thing I said the other day. Dude, speaking of Jay, I am ready for some basketball.
It is going to be a blast.
And shout out to Dom Rocha for texting us at 2 a.m. last night saying that the Mavs are going to have a great year.
It was the Nuggets.
Oh, yeah, the Nuggets. I'm
And
assuming
he posted a picture of like skinny Jokic.
I'm assuming he has Jamal. I looked at it. He has Jamal Murray on his team. I'm assuming he was watching like highlights. I was like, oh, this team's going to be good.
Is he one of the guys that passed on Jokic?
No, that was Carson and whoever has Luca.
Yeah, I just want to personally say thank you for letting me get Jokic at 3.
Yeah,
After doing God's work
thank you for letting Nathan get the best player in fantasy
at
basketball.
number 3. Love it.
It's like picking CMC and Henry, 1 and 2 in this draft.
And then getting who? Saquon at 3.
Doncic got picked by I think it's Paul Thomas. No, Paul McMillan. Sorry.
Yeah, I love having these leagues with our Twitter followers and YouTube subs. It's sick.
Jay says I'm good. What about? We didn't ask you how you are.
I asked him what he's doing.
Well, I didn't. Should I trade away Derrick Henry for Josh Jacobs and Amon-Ra? Yes. Being that Josh Jacobs is so good,
Wait, what was that question again?
should I trade away Derrick Henry for Josh Jacobs and Amon-Ra?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're getting a wide receiver 1 and a running back 1 for what could
All right.
be the RB1. I don't know. I'd still take Saquon, Nick Chubb, and I don't know. Derrick Henry is just so consistent. Like he's like Christian McCaffrey with like the consistent 15, 20 points. You don't
Yeah,
think
he's
Derrick
built
Henry?
like a freight train.
You don't think Derrick Henry has a chance to finish as RB1?
No, not really.
I think he does.
I think it could be.
Who's that in his profile picture? Isn't that one of the dudes in
That's from Impractical Jokers.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Sal.
That show sucks.
Wow, hot takes left and right.
I've never watched it.
All right, Jason Quinn is asking, do you feel confident starting Lamb this week or add Joshua Palmer or Michael Gallup in case he is out to play play Dubs instead?
No, I'm rolling CeeDee Lamb.
And then also Hunt, Dubs, or Pickens at flex.
Rolling Hunt.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt's been like, I haven't heard of him. Like, I haven't heard from him all year.
I mean, you can thank Nick Chubb for that. For good reason. When he's like banging in 50-yard tud after 50-yard tud. Joey Sosa is asking Dubs or Njoku in the flex.
Probably,
You got to go Dubs there.
yeah.
And then also Dallas, Cincy, or Chargers defense. I think we're going Cincy.
Since he plays New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I unfortunately had to drop Dallas's defense this week.
You didn't have to.
I had to. They're facing Philly.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have a choice.
Philly's a bunch of dogs.
Do we have any other? Or Kyle Pitts is playing. I think that's some old news, though.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Let it post. I was thinking Inactus were about to come out, but we're an hour early for that.
Yeah. A little different. Streaming a little bit later.
Jonathan says a Rams insider says Ronnie Rivers will get carries this week. If Ronnie Rivers steals touches from Darrell Henderson, I am going to.
Dude, that's what I was telling you. Is he's the third head and three-headed monster. Ronnie Rivers. What a name, by the way.
The next guy.
What a name, by the way. Ronnie Rivers.
I might have to pick him up in the 20 team.
Yeah, I doubt he's owned.
Or if he's owned in our 32 team.
Yeah, he's got to be.
There's like no shot he is available, right?
He should be.
Let's go search up Ronnie Rivers.
Man, I am tired.
He was owned. There's like no waivers in this league.
Yeah, you're picking up practice squads. 2 wide receivers.
Ronnie Rivers got added yesterday. So Ronnie
really?
Rivers was available.
Yo, nobody hit even. That sounds like a fake name. Nobody's going to pick him up. 2 wide receivers in a PPR league. Amari Cooper, Juju, or DK. DK and Cooper, right?
Yeah. Jay says, I need a Dolphins insider to say that Edmonds will get carries.
We should tweet out like Edmonds will be lead
Jay,
back
you need
per
the
source.
insider to stop saying that you're an idiot for not trading away one of your studs for like 2 or 3 studs. Just trade me Kelsey. I'll give you my team.
All right, so Stephen Campbell start 2, set 1 between Henderson, Jeff Wilson, and Waddle.
I'm rolling Jeff Wilson.
Sitting Jeff Wilson?
Oh, sit 1. I'm sitting Waddle.
Yeah, I think I agree there. It's tough because he's been so good, but I just don't see Waddle getting fed with their third stringer in there.
We just got a very interesting question from Shay.
Let's do
He
it.
says Dalvin Cook or Aaron Jones.
Is he playing like a 4-team league?
I'm rolling Cook there.
Yeah, Cook.
What a team. I don't know. Maybe he has like Saquon and Nick Chubb, who he picked.
Wow, you told somebody J-Rob over Etienne and Deion Jackson. I would play Etienne over J-Rob.
Really?
You're making us look like clients.
ETN will probably outscore J-Rob, but I had to go off her rankings.
All right. He asked same question, but PPR. I'm going Etienne. Just to, you got to play both sides of the field there.
Jay says, well, that idiot is 4-1. Respect me.
He is first in the league.
Do you remember when the Steelers were 13-0 a few years ago? And everybody was like, oh, this team's an absolute just fraudulent squad. And they finished like the year 13-3 and then got blew out in the first week of the playoffs. That is your team, Jay. You might not win another game. Your team is shit.
Ça time é merda. CeeDee Lamb or Christian Kirk, PPR.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, we're waiting it out for Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Jonathan says, I'm rolling with Sky Thompson over Kenny Pickett today in my Superflex.
I think I would. Pittsburgh's playing the Bucs. That's tough.
Yeah. I kind of like Kenny Pickett over Skylar Thompson, but both are kind of bad right now.
I mean, Pickett's been thrown into he said to play the Bills and the Bucs defenses the first 2 weeks. That's not ideal.
Ooh, guess who? Free agent running backs after this year. There are some good names. Schefter just tweeted it out.
Go for it.
Saquon, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard, Devin Singletary, Rashad Penny, and Jamal Williams.
I heard two good names in there: Saquon and Rashad Penny.
And Alexander Madison, Raheem Mostert, and Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, give me Saquon and Rashad Penny. Just, they separate themselves from the pack.
Get Tony Pollard on Buffalo.
He'd probably start.
Oh, yeah, he would start. He would probably start. Do we have any other questions? If not, we're
We
going to
do.
wrap it up. Okay, we do.
We do.
Oh, yeah, we just had two.
One running back and one flex between Jeff Wilson, Najee, Singletary, and Juju.
Probably Wilson, and
It's got to be Jeff and Najee, right?
I don't like Najee this week.
I don't either, but you got to play him.
I think I ranked Najee 40th this week. I had to make my point clear that Najee will probably go for 3 fantasy points.
Yeah, they're going to be down. They're going to have to throw. It's got to be Najee.
I think it's going to be Jalen Warren. I think Jalen Warren outscores him.
Oh, now you're on the Jalen Warren hype train?
Well, dude, Najee just sucks.
Super flex, Zap or Dalton? They're going Zap, right? Because Dalton has nobody there to.
Yeah, probably. Andy Dalton will end up throwing for 3 touchdowns against Cincy, though.
Kevin says, I have Lamb and Melvin Gordon the third in my lineup. Lamb should be good to go. Question is whether I should bench Melvin Gordon and playing Duvernay or Pickens. I'd stick with Melvin.
Jay says Waddle or Gabe Davis today.
I'm going Gabe.
Gabe, I think I ranked him at like 9 this week.
He is the Chiefs destroyer, but just can't pull out a win.
Gabe is a wide receiver 1.
Gordon or Pollard?
Gordon. Tough, but Gordon. I'm leaving up Jay's question right here because I just want to say
Jeff
Gabe
Wilson
Davis.
or ETN and PPR? We're going Wilson.
Wilson.
Go Wilson. Why don't you throw in the
Gabe
Gabe
Davis.
jersey?
Gabe Davis is such a guy, though. I should throw in the Gabe jersey.
So I posed this question to you yesterday when he was interviewed
Championship
on
mentality.
Pat
Shut
McAfee
up.
show. Yeah, how do you have a championship mentality when you have won nothing?
Well, they already know that they're going to win this year. I mean, they have no competition.
Do they?
Unless the Dolphins somehow get in the AFC Championship in 90 degrees.
Or
Then
the
they have
Jets?
competition. If they're playing in the desert, then maybe they have competition.
Where's the Super Bowl this year?
Arizona. So they might have
It is.
competition.
Hey, it is inside in a dome.
We got to
it's
make sure
inside
the
in a
AC is
dome.
working when Buffalo gets there.
That's
If the AC is
a
not
melt.
working, I would bet against the Bills. I bet $50 on the Chiefs today.
I love that bet. Oh, I got thrown a different game here.
They're underdogs. The Chiefs are for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career at home.
I would hammer the Chiefs.
I am hammering the Chiefs. I think the Bills win, though.
Wait, what's the line?
3.
That's blasphemy.
It went from 1.5 to 3.
That's just disrespect.
So everybody's betting on the Bills. So, but got any more
That
questions?
is absolute blasphemy. I think that's going to do it for today.
Yeah, here we go. Week 6.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in to
Yep.
yet another Sunday live stream.
Make sure you troll your league mates by picking up players that they might need on the waivers and then drop them at 12.59.
That's just disrespectful.
Make sure you have good internet, though, if you do it, because if not, then you could screw yourself. And I am scared that will happen to me.
I don't know why you're even doing that in the first place.
But
But hey, more
that will
power
do
to
it. And yeah, peace.